All right, hey Aquarius. So I am doing a this is it's a love read, but it's more about self-love and developing love in your relationships, okay? And this is it's hopefully going to help you in a lot of ways, expand on your self-love, bring or call romance in, or tighten a relationship. This is where we're going to go through your conscious and subconscious blockages, and I'm sure that you'll resonate with all the energy that comes through. If it doesn't resonate, please check your other placements. These have been really good reads. I hope I get the output on them that this is worth a watch for sure. Okay, so your current energy, we have the Fool card. You got Judgment card coming through. That could be something in relation to decision time. And then we have the Magician card coming through. So for whoever I'm talking about, you guys have, like, your angels are all around you right now. It's time to make moves for new beginnings. You guys could be moving. You guys could be changing jobs. There's a lot that's going on. And I feel Judgment is here because it's time to make a call. All right. And I do feel like this is a depiction of the future. It could be in any situation that is new. This is somebody going through something brand new. And what I want you to realize with the Magician card, and what you need to think about, is this is something that you have manifested. Maybe you don't remember. Maybe it's come to light and now you're scared, but think about your manifestations when it comes to new beginnings. It could be a person, a job, a relocation. So just keep all of that in mind. All right. So let's see how you feel about love. How do you feel about love? Aquarius, you guys are already showing up here with the high priestess and the Magician. Some of you guys are on a really heavy journey. Okay, there's a lot of soul energy coming through here. You got the Six of Cups. Maybe wanting a return of the past, or kind of hoping and waiting for a connection to come through. With the Seven of Wands, for those of you who are single, you are focused on yourself. For those of you who are single, how you feel about love is there could have been somebody that was really very near and dear to your heart. You wonder, I kind of feel like maybe you do wonder about the future between you and this person. All right. I'm not trying to pinpoint any one energy on this, but what I do see also here is that if you guys have somebody very near and dear to your heart, it's the only person that you've been thinking about for quite some time. And if you are in separation, it's like, when is this person going to come back here? But this is very, very positive energy no matter what. I just feel like you're also, for those who are single, investing in yourself, taking care of your kids, taking care of your house and home. All right. So let's see what it is as far as your conscious fears and blockages when it comes to love. Okay, so here we go. We have children. As I say, children. So children, a conscious fear, a conscious block. Some of you guys could have kids, okay? Aquarius, this is where I can resonate on the love scale with you guys. In the past, I had always felt like my kids, people would basically judge me for being a single mom, and I don't just have one or two kids, I have four. Okay. In the past, I have felt and carried a heavy weight, okay, with that aspect. And it wasn't until my spiritual transition that I'm like, you know what, I am who I am, and my kids are a part of me. All right. And this children coming through here, it could be that you have kids. It could be that you don't want to have kids, and every relationship that you've come through has been troubled by those aspects. All right. It could be that you don't date people or give people chances because they have children. So children coming through here as a conscious fear or a conscious block is definitely something that needs to be channeled through or worked on. And what's the fear? What's the emotion? There's a lot that can come through this, and I don't want to get all deep with this one card right here. Because it can go in many different ways, but in some way, shape, or form, children have definitely affected your ability to call in love. And it's coming out because it's time to release the fears that are derived from that. You have true love coming through here, and true love showing up is going to be that having that lack of faith that this exists for you. For those on a twin flame journey, is it real? It's illusion. This is coming through the delusion and uncertainty. Do you want this connection to happen for you? It's time to it's time not to test the universe no more, you know, and call in what it is you're really feeling. It could be that some of you guys have had one true love and that's it, you know, and that one true love burned you or they left too soon and you just haven't believed or put your faith back into it since that situation. All right. So this right here is basically removing that fear that this is not coming to you. We also have heart-to-heart conversations, and heart-to-heart conversations coming through as a conscious fear or a conscious block is not being able to get your point across. Maybe in the past you've tried to talk and you feel like nobody can hear you. And this can be in romantic relationships with siblings, with parents, with grandparents. It could just be that you never feel like you get your point across. You never feel like you're heard. With this, I even want to tell you guys to do a throat chakra unblocking or balancing. This right here is maybe even feeling like even if you do get to talk to try to make your point or try to be heard, it's like the point doesn't flow. The point doesn't set well with the person on the other end. All right. And it's just kind of going back through and saying, you know, it maybe there's instances where you wish you could have told somebody something and you didn't. All right. And that's just kind of, again, healing the throat chakra, but also letting it go, letting it go. The shoulda, coulda, woulda. Right. So it's time to move past those missed opportunities, those missed situations. And if you're holding on to something because of a current situation where the current energy is coming through, it's manifesting that situation to come back through so that you can pour your heart out to this person that's on your mind. Okay, so let's dive in and see what the subconscious is throwing at us. These have been pretty heavy reads, so you may or may not hear my voice get a little upset. And this is something that could be affecting your ability to call in love. All right, so we have bride in a cage, bride in the cage coming through. With this card right here, it could just be that you felt trapped. Maybe you felt trapped by one person, you know, maybe you guys were really, really young. This right here is also having higher expectations of a situation or of a person, you know, and maybe even being mad or holding on to resentments because things didn't play out the way you thought or the person didn't handle the situation you thought. This right here, it could be an array of things. I'm trying to just get as much as I can out of this card. But bride in a cage, this right here is, I just can't help but feel it's like stuck. It's somebody who is, it's somebody who's stuck. It could be too that you guys have felt in the past that lack, you know, that like what you have potentially for some of you guys could maybe not be enough attention or enough love, you know, and it could be that you did have it, but your expectations and somebody else's expectations, they're not the same, right? This right here too is not fearing. It's not having fear. This is like not having anxiety for the future. It's not hanging on to the past. It's having the motivation to kind of live in the moment. And you guys, some of you guys could have dealt with situations where you've let time slip you by because you're holding on to maybe some this like fear, you know. I don't even know how to say it. Like this right here is it flowed easy in a couple of other reads, but this card is not flowing right with me for you guys. It's almost like somebody's just spent their time in a situation where there was just no room for everything but happiness. But what I want to say is I feel like some of this happiness was kind of, or the lack of happiness was self-inflicted, kind of like nobody's fault. And sometimes it's easy to blame others when something isn't going our way. Well, if you had done this, then blah, 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 you know. I just kind of feel like there's a lot that could sit with that bride in the cage. And I feel like the biggest thing is feeling stuck and maybe having years of life kind of pass you by. And that could be somebody that you've looked up to. It could be a mother figure, a father figure, you know, and just kind of seeing them absorb loads and loads and loads of unhappiness, but they're not changing anything. Maybe you guys have seen yourself in that own reflection at times, all right? And that's going to be something that needs to be healed. Life is what you make it. Like, you're on the pursuit of your own happiness journey, right? We also have naked before the stars. And with this card right here, I have kind of interpreted this. It's imperfection and it's perfection. Okay. So some of you guys, like, what I want to say is, this could be that you've been put in situations before people that you didn't want exposed. It could be secrets. But this is also right here, people who kind of strive on perfectionism. Okay. I'm almost feeling like this for some of you guys could be quite superficial, and maybe even some superficial situations in the past. And it could be too, it's something as small as, I don't want to get naked with this person and have sex with them because I had kids and my body looks disgusting. Okay. As women, and sorry, I know that there are guys here too, but as women, that's a great insecurity that a lot of us do carry. And that is being super, super hard on yourself. And that's where we kind of forget that our kids are our own inner child, but our kids do they listen to that stuff, you know. And that's, I almost feel like some of this energy is like a generational curse coming through here that you could actually put a stop to. All right. As far as naked before the stars, this is like, what do you look at when you look in the mirror? What do you see? What kind of gratitude do you give yourself? You know, have you always looked in the mirror and felt like if this was shaped a different way, if this was shaped a different way? I almost feel like it's like, how hard have you been on yourself? You know, and how much comparison have you done between you and other people? You know, kind of just negated yourself. That's somebody who's been really hard, and those insecurities can flow up, and that can pour into our relationships. You know, you gained 5 pounds and then all of a sudden you feel like somebody left you because you gained 5 pounds. You know, I don't know, and I'm not calling whoever is here superficial, but this is just something that you need to kind of go through and work on when it comes to the physical aspects of yourself. It's touching your skin, it's feeling your skin and being thankful. You know, that little vessel, that little soul inside of you carries that vessel. We have calling in the storm, pull and release and pushing ourselves to the limit. You know, the eye is the only peaceful place that it can be. It's time to kind of release. It's time to release some of that power. You know, some of you guys could be feeling really compressed and maybe grew up feeling like you're really compressed to the point that it has lost memory. You know, right here, this is a card of empowerment, and maybe you didn't feel like that before. Maybe you've been around or surrounded yourself with energies that have made you feel like you couldn't find that. You couldn't find yourself. Right here, calling in the storm. I mean, this right here is just, I don't know. I feel like I'm talking to somebody very specific that kind of grew up, maybe even having competition with family members, or seeing family members kind of be in that energy, you know. And it could be that it, you know, even if some of this is what you've visualized or witnessed and didn't go through, it's bearing it, or it bore its fair share of weight on you. So again, these are some subconscious blocks. You guys are going to know how these apply with you. You're going to dig down. You'll see it. You'll resonate with it. You'll feel that energy. This one has been the most, I don't want to say confusing, but there's a lot going on here. And I almost feel like it's a push-pull in between yourself and maybe somebody that you've seen or watched growing up. But with this energy, subconscious and conscious, Let's just see what your advice is. You got the Page of Swords coming through. It's time to take action, you guys. All right, it's time to get what you want. It's time to call in your favor. It's time to remove your self-limiting beliefs and doubts. It's time to free your spirit, you guys, and call in who you actually are. The Ten of Wands coming through, the Tower in reverse. And you guys are not in the most negative energy right now. And I feel like, you know, this right here is just more little stepping stones to completely pull you out and into the new. All right, so let's just kind of see if you're still here, what this means for you, what happens in the next few months. When you kind of channel through some maybe energy that you didn't know still lived within you. Look at that. So you guys are coming out of a break period. You're coming out of a break period, possibly with a person that's very near and dear to your heart. You're going to find balance. You're going to find harmony. You're going to find peace. You're going to find bliss. This right here is healing. So a huge transformation coming through. All right. And I feel like this right here is not only healing you individually, but also healing somebody, you know, quite possibly. We got Scorpio, Sagittarius here. Some of you guys could be dealing with either of those, where there's going to be some great healing that takes place between that connection. So Aquarius, I'm going to leave it there. You guys take care.